So is alt season finally here? Well, kind of, kind of. We're going to have a little look at in the video today. We're going to see what Ethereum's up to as well, and what might be the next steps along the lines of Ethereum-based plays, and also a little bit on Supra towards the end. I'm going to tell you about the staking as well, because the staking is quite actually interesting. I am staking it currently. So I've shown you this before. Bitcoin. This is the path to alt season. Bitcoin obviously goes up, increases in price, has a surge, and then the money starts flowing from there. People are taking profits into Ethereum, and then again it goes through the altcoins. And again, I'm not going to go through this entire path because you guys have seen it before. We've spoken about it many times. If we look at Bitcoin's dominance at the minute, it is starting to come down. It's spiking a little bit, but it is starting to come down. Over a period of time. So it's looking as though it's getting ready for that particular period of time. Like, I think Bitcoin was still going to hit big all-time highs very, very soon. This as well is something worth taking into consideration on. This is from Crypto World Josh's X account, so go give him a follow if you wish. If we look at February historically, only 2 months have been red, and that was 2020 and 2014. Last February, up 11%. This is on Bitcoin, obviously, but Bitcoin likely to pump. What we might see is a big pump on Bitcoin, because February is literally tomorrow. Big pump on Bitcoin. Ethereum starting to go up as well. And then you might get that whole kind of stock market thing where it's like sell in May and go away. And then we'll have a final probably blow off top October, November time. If it runs similar to 2021, I think that's probably how it's going to go. Although some people are arguing it looks a bit more like the 2017 run. So Bitcoin at the minute is priced at $105,000. It's still on its way up here over the last couple of hours. So I think that there's still a chance that it'll go on again and do bigger and better things. I think plus $120,000 for Bitcoin, at least in this bull run. Ethereum, now it's finally got its little arse into gear. It's starting to make some moves. It's starting to go up, which is what we want to see. If you are all in on altcoins and things like that, you want to see it go up. If you're a massive wealthy investor, you're probably just focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and maybe you've got like 5-10% spread across alts. I mean, it depends what kind of investor you are. The more degen you are, obviously, the more risk you have. If you're buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're probably the safest plays you can get. They are, like, arguably not even arguably, they're going to be the safest plays. But with Ethereum doing well, it might be worth looking through the Ethereum chain, see what kind of projects are on there that you can maybe pick up. Now, the higher the market cap, obviously the safer those plays are going to be, but the gains will be less. If you go down into the lower market caps, they're not as safe, but the gains will be astronomically more if you play them right and pick the right project. I'm going to mention Chainlink, because I think Chainlink's going to do really, really well. That's starting to move now as well. Chainlink's a big player in this space. You've got this as well. I want to mention this because I spoke about it on another video, and their community is absolutely fantastic. So it's Omakami. Like, I haven't bought any of this. I'm not sponsored by it. I still don't 100% believe the narrative behind it. But their community has been fantastic with their support. They've put a lot of comments in. They've been bombarding my Telegram and things like that, talking about their beliefs around the project. So I do find that quite interesting. So fair play to them. And they did want me to point out, the community wanted me to point out that it has got the gold tick on X. So I've mentioned it. I'm still not convinced by the narrative. I still don't think it's Ryoshi. But if it is, then someone's going to make a lot of money, or a large group of people. The community is very good. I will give them that. But yeah, I'm still very much on the fence with it. If the story's true, then it's going to explode. Also, Kronos, which is Crypto.com's coin, I think that's one to keep an absolute eye out. I think this will smash through $1 in this bull run. More and more people will be joining the space, so more and more people will need exchanges, and Crypto.com is a big exchange in that regard. And I think that what will happen is that people will buy this, stake this, all that kind of stuff. So I think that this actually will do really, really well. It sponsored the Staples Center last time, or bought the naming rights to the Staples Center during the last bull run. Had a lot of like famous people, sponsored a lot of things. I think the Italian football as well. So there's something that I think that will do really well is, again, but obviously these are not picks for you. You can just have a look through, see what you want. You might want to go down the Ethereum chain list, to as low as you want, and see what you want to pick up. I mean, we can always talk about other coins whenever you want. You can just lash him in the comments below. I mean, I think Matic is another really good player. Well, he's now, Polygon, but when it was last year, last bull run, it did really well. And I think it can do that again. Also, Base. So Base is the best of Ethereum, but 10 to 100 times cheaper. To make on-chain accessible for everyone, we're working below to keep fees below 1 cent. That's based on a 90-day average. So it's also worth looking at the plays that are on Base, because that will probably, it'll follow Ethereum. So this one I thought was funny. I know that some people in the Telegram who talk about this one. It's insane. It got to 1.1 billion. It's currently at $1.1 billion market cap. It's absolutely nuts. It's an absolute piss take, but I find it funny, and it is maybe one of these ones that will go on and do a lot more gains, but obviously it is already quite high, so the percentage of revenue you're going to get or profits you're going to get from that are going to be smaller than if you go on a more degen play. Then there's obviously Brett as well, which is on the base chain. We've seen what happened with Toshi. Brett did really well as well, but a lot of people are saying this is a cabal coin and things like that. That may be the case. I don't know, but I know that it is a popular meme and will probably do really well, and it'll probably smash right back through its high market cap that it got to last time round. If we look again on Base and we click on Brett, it is down quite significantly from where it was, but it's having a resurgence because I think that's because ETH's moving and everything like that. So if we look at the max chart, it had a big run, and I think it's going to go and surpass that. I think it definitely will, but it's, again, obviously there's no financial advice on the channel. This I also found quite interesting. This is called some guy, Mr. Punk.eth on X. Now, I have no vested interest in this. This is not. We're not talking about this because he's asked or anything like that. He's obviously got 190,000 followers, so he doesn't need anything from me. But I just found it interesting. I like looking at interesting concepts and things that could do well, and why, and the psychology behind it. So he put, I'm going to launch a meme on Pump Fun. I believe he's not doing it on Pump Fun, and I'll show you in a sec. He's going to buy 90% of the supply. There's going to be no roadmap, no utility, no promises, no financial return expectations, just a meme for the community and culture. And 5% of the supply he'll sell, 75% he'll lock, and 10% will be kept for market, and if needed, else it'll be untouched in a public wallet. People have obviously jumped on this and said, obviously think this is a good idea. And he has gone down and said that, in fact, have they launched it now? Have they launched it now? Maybe they've launched it right now. But this is like, wow, this is live. So, because the thing I wanted to show you was that they're not going to launch it on Pump Fun according to this. Now, I don't know if this has actually been officially launched or not, because this is just literally breaking in front of my eyes. So is it that? Is it gang? Is it that? Don't know. Interesting. I'll have to look into that a bit deeper. But what I wanted to say about this, didn't know what the token was yet, and still probably don't. We need to have a bit of a look at it. But it broke a listener's record, which I thought was insane. So Mr. Punk.eth hosted a live session on a social media platform where the audience count reached up to 25,000 listeners, showcasing significant community engagement in anticipation of a major announcement or event related to a contract address. The session was marked by Mr. Punk.eth's notable silence, which, while unverified, appeared to heighten the anticipation. So just something that might be worth looking at, seeing how it performs, what it does, because it's just an interesting concept to see what goes on there. One of my community members in the Telegram, it's free, by the way, feel free to join it. It's completely free. Asked about doing maybe a video for USA-based coins. Supra have put it here. They are in the Made in the USA tab. So for that particular Telegram user, there is a section. So there is a section of USA coins, Made in the USA coins. And if you want me to do a video, maybe picking 5 or 6 of these out, having a good chat about them, we can do that. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know in the comments below. Also, I want to touch on Supra staking. Now, I quite like this. This is a good idea. I'm staking mine. It's an 8% reward. You get your rewards kind of every, I think it's 2.5 hours. So, for instance, if you were staking 100,000 Supra at the moment, you'd be getting 633 Supra a month, which is 7.6 thousand Supra a year. Obviously, if you are wealthier than that and you've got 1 million, you'll be getting 6.3 per month, and then 76,000 per year. So it is it is really good value. Again, I'm staking it. You can unlock it in 48 hours, so you're not held to a long-term staking, which is good if you want to sell some or get out at a certain price target that you've got in mind. I really like Supra. I've said it before. I think it's going to do really, really well in the bull run. But again, it's not financial advice. You must do with that information what you will. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening. And as always, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.